Silicon Valley: technology, art, green, and sustainability.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Silicon Valley Tech, Art, Green, and Sustainability. Today is Halloween, so happy Halloween, and you can see we're being a little festive today, and we're going to have a little fun with it. I'm talking with two amazing gentlemen today who've been doing some organic gardening. You guys are doing the sustainability thing. You're coming to people's home. You're educating. So we've got Josh and we've got Troy and Josh. And thank you so much for joining us and for making this really fun today.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so before we get into what you guys do, I also wanted to introduce our new co-host, Valerie Fulton, who brings a wealth of experience in banking and VC and just it's going to be a lot of fun to have you. So thank you. We're going to call you Angel today, right?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So we're going to get going here, and let's start with your guys', just go ahead and do a little self-introduction and a little background on yourself. So,
all right, my name is Josh Levine. I'm originally from Orange County, California, Laguna Hills. I was born in San Clemente, raised in Laguna Hills on a 1-acre plot of land. So we had a little veggie garden every year. We always had year-round avocados, oranges, grapefruits, lemons, chickens, horses, goats. So I kind of was raised in this urban farming environment.
In Orange County?
In Orange County, yeah.
With horses and goats?
Yep.
I don't think of Orange County with horses and goats anymore.
Not too many people do, but we kind of evolved our little plot of land into a little urban farm, and it's been pretty fun. But that's kind of where I got my basis for getting into the whole gardening and checking out how things grow and how to use your land for agriculture.
And I'm Troy Smothermon. Today I am dressed as Captain Organic, here to solve all your organic problems. I was born and raised in San Jose, and I went to high school around here and school around here, and we both went to University of California, Santa Barbara. And I traveled pretty extensively and got into this business with Josh.
So what made you guys decide to get involved with this business? What prompted StartOrganic?
In the last couple of years, I'm a licensed general contractor, and the housing industry kind of took a little tumble. And so I had some free time. I took a trip through Southeast Asia, down through Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and kind of noticed that people in other countries have a real pride with their food, a lot of homegrown food. And then Josh and I met in South Africa. We're big soccer fans. So we went to World Cup, and we decided that at that point, we didn't really want to go back to working in a corporate environment for someone else, and we decided to start our own thing.
Yeah, I was working for CBS Interactive at the time, and so I had my desk job, and it was nice, it was cush, good people, but I realized that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do with my life. And when Troy and I were in South Africa, we really got to talk and really figure out what we wanted to do. We thought we could make a difference with, so we decided to start StartOrganic.
Well, the business model is very innovative, so that's really unique in this area, that you're able to turn your business into something that's really profitable for people, in their own home, as well as doing something for the community as well.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why we did it. We were going to do something. We knew we wanted to start a business of our own. We decided that we might as well do something that helps out the community as well,
And how long have you been doing this now? When
This
was that you guys...
This is the first year of
First year.
StartOrganic, yeah.
So you just came back from traveling?
Right, in the previous, around October.
October.
And then we spent the winter together. We actually had the opportunity to get away from the corporate setting, and we developed the company living in Lake Tahoe, actually.
Well, I was fortunate enough to see one of the gardens the other day when I picked up the CD with the photos on it, and it's beautiful, right downtown. Can you tell us the process a little bit of how, what you do, how it works?
Yeah, so usually when we meet a new client or someone interested in going organic or starting to eat healthy, I set up a free appointment, and I go over to their home or business and just kind of there's a little diagnostic check. We like to see, do they have enough sunlight? You know, your warm season vegetables like 8 hours of sun, tomatoes, zucchinis. So we need to see, is their sun, you know, blocked by other buildings or trees? We are in an urban setting. And so we also check on water conditions, what we can do for irrigation. Their soil quality is a big issue as well. And then kind of what they like to eat. And that's, we kind of go from there, generate a quote for them to start a garden at their home.
Now, do you both go out and do
usually, because I'm a general contractor, so I have the experience more or less with doing like takeoffs for materials and time and labor and stuff like that. So that's more my background, fits in a little bit better.
So you're going to be out there helping to configure the beds. I noticed some really beautiful beds that you have in the shape of a heart. What other shapes have you done?
Well, it kind of depends on the customer's preferences.
Let's go ahead and pull up some of the slides right here too while we're doing that. Yeah, here we go. This is nice.
Yeah, so the heart shape was one of our first designs. We noticed that we could use a composite material that's flexible. So I just sat down with a pad of paper, started drawing some designs that are kind of form follows function. You need to build your beds so that you can actually reach inside of them. So the ones on the right are not more than about 4 feet wide, so you can actually reach in and do garden work. The heart shape has a little tier in the middle so that you could step inside to do your garden work as well. You don't really want to create a situation where you're gardening and making it difficult.
Go to the next slide too so we can see the next one.
Those are really beautiful.
Yeah, this was an awesome client of ours, actually. Their backyard space, he wasn't using it. He had 3 small dogs. And the dogs, he wanted to use just a portion of his lawn as like a dog run. So what we did is we replaced the center of his lawn, you know, so his doggies could still kind of run around the outside. But also, again, there is that center access so that you can get inside the garden because you don't want to create a difficult situation for working.
And one of our goals is to try to get the...
let's go to one more slide here too.
Sure.
There we got one more there. And this kind of shows you the variety of different backyards. You've got kids for this backyard, and you know, it's nice. Tell us a little bit about this too, real quick, and then we're going to take that slide down.
Okay, I mean, you know, any size, any shape, basically. You know, it's really more of a factor of the sun and your soil conditions than it is the actual size or shape of the gardens. Our customers decide kind of what they like, and we let them know what will fit where.
Cool. And so the configurations are really anything that you want.
Right. I mean, within reason, like I said, you still need to be able to actually do gardening work with the beds.
So, and then going back to the process, I mean, is it difficult to do this in any yard, or you kind of just pretty much?
Well,
I mean, does it matter if it's more shaded or if it's in the mountains, or I guess?
The best is to have as much sun as possible, because then you can always work with it. You can shade certain areas if you need to, but if you don't have any sun, then it's really hard to grow certain things.
Our tomatoes didn't come in last year, so I had to move them because of the
But you can always adapt and
yeah.
then have lettuce, you know. So there are ways that you can still grow a lot of vegetables if you don't have the ideal environment.
So going back to the process of organic gardening and taking the crop from where we saw it there and then to the point of picking it, you go through that whole process with your clients then, or?
Yeah, I mean, we do. So it depends on what crops we're planning on growing, and then we go through the whole process. We basically outline we have a veggie list that they fill out, so for the full year, we can know exactly what we're going to be planting throughout each season. And each crop takes a little bit less time, a little bit more time. Radishes can be only 3 weeks before we start to harvest. Beets are 40 days, and then, you know, it goes from there.
And what type of obstacles have you been able to overcome for your customers in their organic gardens?
We've done some unique things, actually. Areas that don't get a lot of sunlight, we've used reflective boards and stuff, things painted white or some other kind of light color to reflect the sun. We are also planting, like in the summertime, you can kind of trick vegetables like lettuce to still grow if they're in the shade. So you don't have to discourage some people who want to grow and start organic to, you know, we can give them something to grow even if the season doesn't really warrant that particular crop.
I'm going to have them pull up another slide right now too, because we have, I think, a slide that shows some of the beds. Yeah, so there's now, after they've been in a little bit of time, you've got them growing, and you don't actually just plant them and go away. You actually can maintain them if they want you to, right? But you don't have to if they.
It depends on the client.
So we can
we
cut
can
that.
do the full service, seed to harvest care is what we call it. So we can go from seed to harvest. We can do every step of the way so that you never have to touch it. But we also like to get our clients involved so they see the process. They can show their kids how to grow food. It's pretty nice to see.
And then what do we have here on screen?
These are just a couple more of our clients' different spots, and these are again selections based on our clients' preferences. The upper left slide, they had a front yard area that they weren't using. It had kind of like a low-growing shrub that wasn't all that attractive.
On the left side, you said?
On the left upper.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were able to, using different kinds of materials, we're getting a little bit creative, there's a little bit of artwork involved, but yeah, we're able to use some flexibility, and we drew a shape that the customer liked, and we ended up bending that material, which is a recycled PVC product.
And on the right there, it looks like you got corn or something growing.
Yeah,
in it,
there's corn, 3 tomato plants, bell peppers, and then there are actually starters for some cantaloupe and cucumbers at the front.
Cantaloupe's always so hard. So yeah, there's some pretty amazing gardens in Palo Alto. There's this kids program in Sunnyvale. There's a community organic garden. It's huge. I think it's ran by I guess you rent a plot, and then people can go out and maintain the plot. And some of the plots are inherited by some families, and it's been there a long time. And organic's been such a big thing in the community now, and it's growing. Tell us about your community outreach, I guess.
So we have a few different community outreach programs. We were working with the Studio by Angie, and they actually have a community plot, an herb garden. Most of these herbs you see out here.
What's Angie?
Studio by Angie. So it's a salon boutique. It's a company. So they have an herb garden in the front that's a community garden. Anybody can go in, grab whatever you want. And then they also have a side vegetable garden that we maintain for them as well. Anybody can go in, grab a tomato. They don't mind.
These
so
are
it's
amazing
nice.
too.
All this basil, there's 3 types, African, Italian, and Thai. All of that came from their studio, which is part of our network.
Yeah, picked fresh today.
Today.
Is this a basil too?
Yep.
It's
It's
Thai
a different
basil.
type. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm gonna pull that out and smell
So
that too.
the key to the community outreach, the key to the community aspect is StartOrganic is promoting and actually doing events for free produce share. So anything that's growing at your house, if it is extra, goes into the network. I mean, obviously we talk to our clients and say, do you guys need these extra cucumbers today, or can we bring them and redistribute them within the network? So let's say you have 3 tomato plants and they're producing way too many tomatoes for you, but you don't have any zucchini and you're interested in trading. We'll actually bring your tomatoes over and bring you back zucchini so that you can
Vegetable barter.
Yeah, vegetable barter, kind of free trade for people within our network. And it's just kind of as simple as that.
I love it.
Yeah, bring up another slide for us right now of some of their, I think the next one, yeah, this is gorgeous.
Yep. So this is some of the extra produce from our clients from the network. And what we do is we have another community outreach program we do is our free produce share. So it's basically essentially a free farmer's market. We set up once a month. We bring all our excess produce from the network, and then we just basically distribute it throughout the community.
Let's go to the next one. And there's some more beautiful bounty.
Yeah, the slide on the right is actually, you can't tell, but there's just a lot of stuff going on in there. It's actually at one of our produce share events, and that particular time, just a local person brought out a bag of delicious oranges.
And let's go one more. Oh, and this is very fun.
Oh yeah. We had a client, actually a pretty new client, and he actually donated to me. There's one of those tromboncini squashes,
and there's one here,
which are a pretty unique vegetable. They grow pretty fast,
and they taste good.
Yeah, they grow around here, and this one has special powers.
Excellent.
It has the power to feed a family of 6 by itself.
Wow.
And they really are delicious.
Well, I think you should give that one to Valerie to take home for her 4 children and cook up it's a zucchini?
Why, thank you.
It's a squash.
Right on.
Squash.
It's a squash, okay. I've never seen something that large before.
I mean,
one time.
you can pick those sooner than that size, obviously, but they are still good when they get that big.
So let's see, I think question 8 we had set up is around seed sharing as well. I was fortunate enough to go to the Eco Farming Conference this last, I guess it's end of January in Pacific Grove, and apparently it's not the biggest eco-farming or organic farming. Apparently there's one on the Midwest or East Coast that's even bigger. But there was the Seed Lady of Watts who started a program